Come celebrate the new fall season on the Discovery Channel. Tuesdays, it's 30 minutes of innovation, inspiration, and ingenuity. Discover the visions and the visionaries behind today's most incredible creations. Share the adventure, the excitement, and the joy of this award-winning series. Watch Invention with host Lucky Severson. Tuesdays at 9 Eastern, Fridays at 8 Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
25 million Americans have seen ghosts. 40 million Americans have made contact with the dead. 62 million Americans have had a telepathic experience. 25 million Americans say they have spoken to the devil. Now, their stories will be told. Beyond reality. There are millions of reasons to watch. Fridays at 9, 8 Central on USA.
Jane, I'd like you to meet Peter. Peter makes a movie.
Features.
We were just talking about this movie that HBO made. It's so intense. Did you make that movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, are you talking about that HBO movie?
You have really gutsy, huh?
Did you make that?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
It was edgy. No, I didn't make it.
Excuse me. I heard you make movies for HBO?
Yes, I do.
Powerful, provocative, original movies only on HBO.
Lifetime presents a brand new season of L.A. Law, the 1 hour of the day when you can share your feelings.
I'm overwrought with ambivalence.
I'm not comfortable with that. I'd only work in a place that would allow me to be myself.
I'm a little confused.
Aren't we all?
Hey, the name of the show is L.A. Law. So go with the flow. Express yourself. Or just make an emotional appeal.
Wow.
And watch a whole new season of L.A. Law.
This is CNN.
And the picture you see is of the caucus room on Capitol Hill where these hearings are taking place. The chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Joseph Biden, already in his seat, as is Clarence Thomas, his wife behind him, Virginia Lamb Thomas. We have seen some pictures in the interim here as we await these hearings to be gavelled back to order of some of the maneuverings. Senator John Danforth, there you see him, Thomas's chief sponsor, has been making the rounds. We saw him huddled with a couple of the Republican senators just a few moments ago. Now he's talking to Biden. This could be about a procedural issue or something else that is of some concern to Thomas that Danforth is now passing on to the various committee members. Keep in mind that these events are normally carefully stage managed and choreographed. This one is very much being done on the fly and by the seat of the pants. And there are a number of unpredictables here. And so it is quite likely that Thomas through Danforth is registering some concern or another. Something Charles Bierbauer pointed out earlier was that the White House handlers are noticeably absent in this room, Charles.
Well, indeed, what we're told is Mr. Thomas is on his own here in the sense that he's got the availability of White House staff, but he's really making...
Let's check that. There's
Ken Duberstein now, yes. Duberstein is a former White House chief of staff in the Reagan administration who has been the Republican consultant who has tried to shepherd this nomination.
Took David Souter before?
He took David Souter successfully through this and has encountered a lot more difficulty. But the sense is that I was told is that this is a man now who perhaps lacked passion in his early testimony and might have been misadvised there, but is now passionately fighting for his life and is described as, Clarence Thomas himself described as furious.
There's the gavel.
Yes. I'd like to correct something. I was just informed by someone who's more informed than I was about my staff at education. Again, this has been quite some time. I had two attorney advisors and I think 2 or 3 Schedule C appointees who also reported to me.
I'm sorry, would there be ordering? I didn't hear the last part, Judge.
Senator, I indicated that I only had 2 professional staffers.
Correct.
It appears that I had 2 attorney advisors, one other than, in addition to Anita Hill, as well as a second professional, and then, in addition to those, 2 political appointees, 2 or 3 political appointees on my personal staff.
Well, Judge, I'm not sure it's relevant, but can you tell? No, I appreciate you correcting it. My point I'm about to ask you, can you tell, do you recall the names of the two attorney advisors?
Well, Anita Hill and Kathleen Flake, I think, was the
Kathleen
Flake.
F-L-A-K-E,
I think.
K-E. And then you had 2 or 3 political appointees.
Whom I can't remember. That's easy enough to check.
Okay. And then you mentioned one other person, the woman who was in law school at the time.
That's right. That's right.
She was not an attorney advisor, but she was one who was in frequent...
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you for correcting the record. I think we're pretty well ready to wind up here, Judge, but it's now the opportunity of Senator Hatch to question, and he says he would like to have 30 minutes, and he's, depending on your situation, he's entitled to that.
I hope I don't have to take the whole 30 minutes, Judge, but I do think that I want to cover just 1 or 2 other points before we're through here today. Judge Thomas, yesterday Senator Heflin repeatedly asked you to ascribe some motivation to Professor Hill's allegations. And I think there is, from the way I look at this record, there are some profound differences in political philosophy between you and her. What I'm about to read is an excerpt of one of her statements that I think is worth putting in the record. Hill said that her initial impression of Thomas was very favorable, and she respected him for his accomplishments and concerns for others. She said that she also came from a poor family, so she related closely to his circumstances. She said that when she started working for Thomas, he supported quotas for minorities in employment and federal sanctions against employers who did not comply with the quotas. And then went on. That's the relevant part. And later, Hill said that she has also seen Thomas change his political philosophy since 1981 to the present, from supporting quotas for minorities in employment with sanctions for non-compliance to no quotas. She is concerned that these may be changed for personal political expediency and may not represent his true philosophy. If that is the case, he may no longer be open-minded, which is essential for an associate justice of the United States Supreme Court.
Senator, what are you reading?
I'm reading from her statements made to the FBI agents.
Senator, you're reading from the FBI report?
That's right.
Senator, we agreed that we would not violate the committee rules of reading from the FBI report. You and I did that with the remainder of the committee in the room across the hall 2 minutes ago, or 2 hours ago. It's incredible to me that you would walk in here and read from an FBI report when we all know it is against the committee rules to read from FBI reports.
Well, now we're concerned about FBI reports. I didn't agree to that. If you'll recall, I stepped out to use the men's room. Now, which I do with regularity at my age, I have to say. But to make a long story short, how does that hurt anything?
Well, Senator, let me tell you how it hurts. It's beyond the issue related to here. You and I may be mistaken, but I thought you were one who said in the other room